Oh, it's so cool hanging out in a tree fort. Oh, hey, it's me, Ciscoe Morris. Here's what's coming up on Gardening with Ciscoe. Plant a summer pot that's blazing with color. Tricks and tips to build a raised veggie garden that'll last and last. Got extra strawberries? We'll show you how to turn them into freezer jam. Find out why we want this weed in our garden. All this and nature trails in the city coming up on Gardening with Ciscoe. Hi, I'm Ciscoe Morris.
And I'm Megan Black. Welcome to Gardening with Ciscoe. We're in Bellevue today at the Mercer Slough Environmental Education Center. Now that is a mouthful. Loosely translated, it is an awesome place. 320-acre wetland park. Kids, families, adults, you can come and stroll the grounds, the trails, you can take classes, commune with nature. It is awesome, just off I-90 in Bellevue.
Well, I love living in a place where you see nature all the time. Where else can you see a green roof and skyscrapers?
Hi, Bellevue.
Oh,
Yeah.
Hey, but I'll tell you what, I can bring nature right into your garden with a big, fat, juicy container. See this? I'm going to be doing a lot of creative pruning.
So I don't know what is going on with this guy here. You have the sumac tiger's eye, and it sent runners everywhere.
It did. And I wanted it ever since we had to rip it out of your garden because it was running. And I thought, how could I make use of this plant? So
And it's got such great coloring, a great fall color.
So if
Do you want me to get that out?
Why don't you pop that baby out? I'll grab the next plant here if you start planting that. So this
What is that?
It's a physicarpus, which is called a 9-bark.
Okay.
And this is called center glow.
Wow.
And it keeps this nice red
this
color.
guy runs. Doesn't this guy get to about 12 feet
It
tall?
does.
How long are you going to have this pot?
This pot's going to be interesting. I'm going to be doing a lot of creative pruning, I'll tell you that much.
Oh, for Pete's sake. Here we go again.
Because that one blooms in the fall.
Okay.
Okay, and then of course I love all these euchras. I don't even know which one this is. There's no tag in there. So this could be caramel or so I'll stick that kind of over here.
And look at this Simicifuga, right?
Yeah.
Black bugbane. Now, this is a shade plant.
Well, it can take sun.
Okay.
As long as it gets enough water, yeah.
Okay.
So how about right here, Megan?
Okay.
It'll be a little shaded, but it'll...
that sumac's going to fill in.
Yeah.
And spread throughout the pot, I guarantee it.
Yeah, and if I have to, what I'll do, I'll keep pruning to let, because this is going to come up through it, you know?
Right.
But is this cool? Now, we just need some good old spillers.
Yeah.
So
Annuals.
here we've got verbena, and I just wanted something with spectacular color on it, you know? Man, this baby's
and then probably
coming
one
together.
over here, and we're
Yeah,
good.
and I think we've got it.
Well, let me take a look here.
What do you think?
I love it. I do like it a lot.
It's
You know
so
what,
unusual.
though? I kind of think you need to move the Simicifuga because it's too close to the 9-bark.
Now.
He taught me well.
Oh, la la.
So don't be afraid of the bigger plants, and that way you can take them out and put them in your garden if you have room.
Except for this guy.
Except for this guy. This tiger's eye sumac runs.
If you have a spot like a big hill.
Yeah. It was running in my lawn.
Oh,
anyway,
yeah, man. It was taking over the whole
Nice job on your pot. I love it.
Yeah, this does look nice. Holy cow.
I love this season, too. Now, if you missed any of those plants, just go to your nursery and find some other cool ones. If you want that exact list, we'll put it on our website at king5.com. Click on Gardening with Ciscoe.
Hey, we're not done with the gardening chores
Not
yet.
yet?
No, it's time to stake those plants before permanent flop sets in.
Shame on you, shame on you, shame on you. You waited too long to
did wait
stake
too
your
long.
delphinium. Look at this.
You know, there's an old English saying that says, stake your plants before rather than after they fall over, you know?
An old English saying, huh?
Actually, I made it up, and it should be.
I was going to say, it sounds like you made it up. So this delphinium, as it continues to grow, it's just going to continue to flop over,
It's going to get floppier, and really, I should have done this sooner because already you could see it starting to flop.
Okay, so
I
we
couldn't
need
do it myself. I tried, so I'm so happy you're over here.
How are we going to do this?
How about if you lift it way back?
Okay.
And then I'll tell you, I'll lift it way back, and how about if you cram that guy in now? There we go.
And then these Y stakes are so nice because you just bring them around like that underneath, and then hold them up.
Look at that.
See,
that's looking pretty good. Hey, I think, okay, what do you think the other side?
One more over here.
So look, it's going to take 4 to do this bugger here. All right, way in there. All right.
Spread him around. Okay.
Yeah.
And we got one more.
Yeah, so it looks like the short ones were the right ones for this, huh?
Okay.
All right.
Is it going to flop over more, or is this going to be enough?
I think this will be enough.
So your dahlias,
so let's see how's it
I
look.
know. Peonies, dahlias. What else are you using your Y stakes on these days?
Yeah, peony, dahlia, lilies.
Lilies?
Lilies, as soon as they start to grow, I like to get one on them. And you know what, Megan, this, I think we overdid it a little. We could just bend this down a little to let it.
He's a little too erect.
It's a little too straight up for sure.
Okay, so get out there and stake
better.
up your plants now so that you won't hurt them as the spring goes on.
And once they fall down, trying to get them back up.
Right,
Oh,
then you'll break them for sure.
You got to tie 20 ropes around them. You look like a hostage out in the front yard, you know.
Don't do that. English Y stakes or some kind of staking mechanism prior to them growing too tall.
Floppy, yes. You know, I find stake plants look a lot better than ones lying on the ground.
And that way the slugs have to work harder to get up and chomp on them. Still to come. Tricks and tips for building long-lasting raised beds. Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe as we're walking the trails here at the Mercer Slough Environmental Education Center in Bellevue. It is so pretty here. I love this.
It is, but we got to talk about vegetables. Okay. Because raised beds are the way to go when it comes to vegetable gardening. Well, I'll tell you what, our friends at Hendrikus Organics just built one. They've got some great tips on why it's a great way to garden and how to mold-proof it and keep that wood from rot. According to Tina Peterson of Hendrikus Organics, there are a lot of great reasons to raise your garden beds. Easy access.
Raised beds make it easier for you to work them. Right? I don't really have to bend over very far when I'm weeding. It makes it a heck of a lot easier than being way, way down. You're on your knees. Here I don't have to be on my knees, or if I am, I have this really nice beam I can put my knee on.
Ease of weeding.
That's also going to cut down on your weeding.
Better water retention.
You're going to have less irrigation runoff. Your irrigation is controlled within this area. You've got really, really good soil.
And something your tomatoes will appreciate, toasty soil.
And in a cooler climate like we have here, your beds are going to warm up sooner, which is really nice. Not so necessary in your hot climates, but here in a cooler climate, especially in a spring like this, I really like having my soil warmer sooner.
The most important part of raised gardens, the soil. Compacted stuff like this needs to be broken up and mixed with good stuff, like Hendrikus Organic Garden Mix. Tina says if you don't do this, after watering, you get a bathtub, not a garden.
You see how bad the soil is when I tried to get into it. What we do here is once we built our frame, we basically go in with a mantis tiller and we take some of our good soil and we till it in as deep as we can go into the bad soil. And that's what we did here. And as you notice, I can go down really easy. You don't hear any clunking sound.
After amending the soil, tack chicken wire to the bottom of the bed to keep moles out.
There's no mold that's going to come up in here.
These beds are made out of juniper beams. Cedar Shield was sprayed on them to prevent rot. This treatment has other benefits.
And this is a natural wood preservative. It's cedar oil. And as you know, bugs don't like cedar. So you impregnate the juniper timbers or any other type of wood with the cedar oil, and you automatically have a bug-resistant timber. Once you get all this done and you're ready, now comes the important part of bringing in your soil, and the most important thing is that you've got fresh soil. Okay? You don't want bagged soil that's sterile, that has no life in it. That's not good.
Now comes the best part of building raised beds, putting in plants.
After I've done all of this correctly, I'm confident that my beans are going to last longer than me. I know my vegetables are going to go great in the great soil. I want to give them a good start. I don't plant anything without starting with Start Right, which happens to be a mycorrhizal, beneficial bacterial, beneficial fungi, trace mineral blend that I use, well, that our entire company uses for planting or transplanting anything.
If you want to raise your gardening to a higher level, consider raising your beds. Your Brussels sprouts, so thank you. We'll have the information on where to find that cedar oil preservative on our website.
I think I'm going to look that up. Still to come. Preserve that bounty of berries with a ridiculously simple freezer jam.
Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe from the Mercer Slough Environmental Education Center. Megan, you know it's strawberry season.
Finally!
Yeah, well, you know, they're still pretty late, but they are in the stores, and pretty soon you'll be able to go to U-Pick and grab a whole flat of them. But hey, let's face it, that's too much even for a big stomach like this.
Even for that. So here's the goal. How do you keep that fresh berry taste well into the summer and even next fall or winter? Make a freezer jam. Now, I'm not talking about the cooking on the stove, the boiling water thing. This is easy. And who do you think did it? Our friend Lynn Villa. So we got the beautiful colors and these gorgeous berries, and I have 50,000 million of them already.
Exactly.
And so you have this great idea. I love it.
And so we're just going to make some freezer jam. You know, we've got starting with the strawberries, then we're going to have so many other beautiful fruits as the summer goes, and we just want to harvest them all at once and then just have them for the whole year.
November, December, January, and February, we can remember what it was like.
Exactly.
So what do we got going on?
Okay, so we're going to start with some good ripe fruit. Today we're just going to work with strawberries, and then we're going to gel those up with a little bit of pectin. Here at PCC we sell this awesome type of pectin. It's called Pomona, and what it does is sort of a two-part system that allows you to make uncooked jam and freezer jam with a lot less sugar.
Okay.
So you bring out the freshness of the fruit.
So here's the pectin.
right.
So you open that and put that in here.
Exactly.
And then you have this little funky stuff.
So that's a little bit of calcium. And the calcium sets the pectin in the fruit without having to cook the fruit.
I love it.
Yeah, it's really cool.
And
it
with
works
less
great.
sugar.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, let's
so,
do it.
What we've got here is some super hot water.
Okay.
At some point, the pectin needs to be needs to cook. So by putting it in the hot water, we skip the step of having to cook the fruit. Right? Yeah.
Nice.
Now the pectin is, you can see, doesn't really like to dissolve in there very quickly.
No.
So we could take a wire whip and just beat and beat and beat that.
But when we have power tools, why resort to
exactly.
that?
Life is too short for that.
For manual labor.
Exactly. So we're just going to put it in a blender and just let it blend. It's going to take about a minute.
Okay.
Okay, so now, first step, we're going to add our sugar to our strawberries.
And so it's less sugar than normal.
Way less sugar. This is
love it.
4 cups of strawberries. A lot of recipes would call for 4 cups of sugar.
Oh, wow.
And this is just like a cup and a half of sugar.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, if your strawberries are super ripe, you want to add a little lemon juice to this, you can. It's all kind of about your tastes. And lemon won't affect the chemistry of this.
Okay. So what is pectin?
So what pectin is, it's a naturally occurring element in fruits and vegetables that gives you that gel that, kind of sets up. You know when you cook cranberries and that they just set up like jelly immediately? That's the pectin in it.
Okay.
So pectin occurs, naturally in some fruits and not in others. Strawberries have almost no pectin. Okay, go ahead and fold that all in. And then once that's folded in, we're just going to add a little bit of the calcium water, and that will actually expedite the gel immediately. quickly, and then we'll put it in our jars. Now, we've sterilized the jars.
Okay.
Definitely want to do that, but you don't have to then put them in another water bath.
Right.
Once we fill the jars, we're just going to put them in the freezer.
So it looks like it's already thickening up, setting up a
Just
little
getting
bit.
a little bit of a gel to it,
Right.
and then the calcium will bring
Okay.
it to a jam. Right now, it's kind of like a sauce consistency.
Right. So here's our little calcium. And how much
So
of that do I need?
go ahead and put 3 teaspoons in, which is what you got there, a tablespoon. And then 1 more little splash. Yeah, there, that's good. Now go ahead and stir that up, and that should actually go ahead and activate the gel. And then, like I said, it'll set up even more.
I
as it
expect a big
refrigerates.
poof or something. I'll just set up the gel and get it going.
This is just pure calcium. It actually makes it good for you. Okay.
Looking
beautiful.
good?
Yep.
Okay, so we're
Gorgeous.
going to get a little jar.
I got there's a ladle over
bread.
there for you.
Okay.
Little messy fingers.
Yeah, I don't want to goop it up before it's, because chances are I'm not going to do this perfectly anyway. So,
So fill it to within about 3/4 of an
Wow,
inch of
look
the
at how
top.
thick it's gotten already.
And then
That's
once it
crazy.
chills, it'll set up like jelly. It's really nice. The reason you don't want to fill it too full, because when it freezes, it's going to expand a little bit. It'll blast
Is
your
that good
tops
enough,
off.
or
Yep,
is- okay.
that looks beautiful. So in the freezer, these will hold for a year.
right.
And then once you take them out of the freezer, she made her jam. Cute. You want to eat it pretty quickly. So that's why I put it in the smaller jars instead of the
Right.
larger jars.
So you have about 2 weeks
You have
or
about
so?
2 weeks, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and keep it in
Awesome.
the refrigerator,
Well,
and be careful.
you know, it's not in
Yeah.
the freezer, but can we try it anyway?
I think we should,
I think
yes,
we should. Okay.
absolutely. You know what, I've got a jar here that
Okay.
we chilled. So let's crack that baby open. You grab that bread. And we'll just grab this little spatula. My fancy jam spreader here. And you can have a little taste of this. There you go.
Okay.
Me. And that's what spring tastes like. Isn't that fresh
Just
and
like
bright?
June.
Yeah.
In February, I'll be thanking you. Nice.
Yes. Yay.
So delicious and simple, and now I can't wait for all the other summer fruits to come so I can do the same darn thing.
So, buddy, where's my freezer jam? Oh, la la!
Sorry, we ate it.
Oh, man. Coming up next, find out why we're planting a weed. Welcome back to Gardening with Ciscoe from the coolest part of the Mercer Slough. I love this treehouse.
So great.
Oh, isn't it fun?
Yeah.
Now, Megan,
What?
you know what plant is the bane of all gardeners' existence? Horsetail. But I like it so much, I picked it for this week's plant pick.
Yeah, you're not off your rocker, are you? That's at least what I thought when he first told me about this. You see, though, it's a particular kind of horsetail that actually doesn't look too bad. Tail to any gardener, and they usually run to a different continent. Ciscoe pots it up. What? This is horsetail?
Yeah, Equisetum hyemale.
Easy for you to say.
Yeah, no kidding. And they call it Dutch rush. But if you plant this in your garden, it would take over the whole garden. But this one never sporulates into the garden, so you're
so you
safe
put it in a pot.
in a
and
pot.
Look at how cute those are. I never knew horsetail was so pretty.
Yeah, see, it's really pretty.
Did I really just say that? People are cursing me already. So I'm guessing selectively pruning
Yeah,
this?
we got to get all the old ones out. Oh,
How
man,
long
there's-
will this last?
Oh, you know, I think doing it right, and there'll be a trick we'll do at the end.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to trick and I already started.
Yeah, but I think we can keep this going for years and years. Now, I don't know how root bound it can get. Now, you know the trick, Megan, is not to cut off the nice new ones that... Oh, la, la! I caught you!
Just as he says it.
Patience is a virtue here.
I'm not going to hurt it, though. Obviously, if I cut it all. Although, if I cut it all down, it'd still probably come
I
back.
think it would come back even if we cut every one back. And, you know, I've never actually ever fertilized this. I'm not sure what would happen if I did, you know. Combine
looks
can
like you
be
have
quite a weed.
Black mondo grass as well.
Yeah, now that I did plant, and I'm kind of wondering of the wisdom of that, but I guess I'll just
Oh
let
my
that
gosh.
stay there.
So now we have to weed on top of
Oh,
weeding. We're
man.
weeding the weeds.
We're weeding the weeds.
We have stooped to a new low on Gardening with Cisco. We're weeding weeds.
Oh, man.
I think I'm really going crazy. Go out and get yourself some horsetail.
Hey, Megan, this plant likes sitting in water, so we got to put it on this.
Okay, I got it.
Okay. And we're just going to keep that full of water at all times.
Oh, so you keep it. You could do that with any plant that needed lots
Yeah,
of water.
you really could. Any plant that needs a lot of water. There we go. And now, you know, it can't hurt to water this way, but I tell you what, I'll be watching to make sure that's always full of water. And it'll save me having to come out here and water this every day like I've been having to do, you know.
So I'm going to be watching how many people dig up horsetail from their yard and bring it to you.
Oh, la,
so you can
la.
pot it.
Not that kind of horsetail.
Sounds like it, though.
So weeds are just a matter of perspective. Next week's plant pick, dandelions.
You don't say that about shotweed, though. Hey, if you'd like to come and check out some beautiful nature trails, it's a 320-acre wetland park right here in Bellevue. We'll put a link to our website. There are classes, programs, kids, adults, you name it. It is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. And Megan, I saw some great skunk cabbage down the trail. We got to go check it out.
We're going to do that. Thanks for watching, everyone.
Bye, everybody.